So my brief story, just to give you an overview, I'm originally from British Columbia, Canada, born in BC, grew up all over the US and moved back to Ontario for middle school and high school. And it was there that I realized my dream was to be a physician, to be a doctor, to go into the medical world and to truly help people. Ever since I was 4, I'd wanted to help change lives, and I thought I would do that in the medical field. And don't get me wrong, there is a place for medicine. But going into college, I started getting really fast and went to multiple national championships as a high school athlete, and I got a full ride scholarship to the US. And so I went to Arizona State and then Florida State for track and cross country. And throughout college, my focus was pre-medical, biological sciences, pre-med, and I minored in psychology and French. So very intense college years. And then after college, got into running. And I was in the medical device realm as well as pharmaceutical shortly thereafter, and just witnessing how much we live in a sick care industry. And I loved my career. I loved being on the cutting edge of medical technology and innovation. But I quickly realized, the year in 2011 when my grandfather had triple bypass surgery and was diagnosed with heart disease. And then several months later, my aunt was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And those two back to back started to make me realize that we live in a sick care industry, and that if those diseases run in my family, I don't want to know if I'm going to get them if I could prevent it now. So I started researching more, and, while I was training for the Olympic trials in the marathon, I ended up fracturing my foot. I busted my foot at mile 14 in the prestigious Boston Marathon, ended up finishing that race on a broken foot, which I don't recommend, but that definitely did more damage to my foot. And so I remember crossing the finish line and being like, oh my gosh, not only is my foot shattered, but now my dreams of going to the Olympics are now shattered. And it was that day that I kind of woke up to prevention and said, I need to understand biohacking. I need to understand how to prevent injury, disease, and illness so that I don't continue to get injured and my athletes don't continue to get injured, and that I don't end up with a sickness or an illness that runs in my family. And so a gentleman, and he shared this with me, and I was very skeptical. And I'd been approached by a lot of different products, a lot of different supplements. And I was like, there's thanks, but no thanks. And when I finally watched the ABC Primetime News Report, was the most positive news piece I've ever seen in my life. And when I saw this, I said, oh my goodness, if you can reduce cellular stress and inflammation in your body by 40% in 30 days, that is a game changer. It is a game changer for athletics, and it is a game changer for the pharmaceutical industry, because every disease, illness, and injury, the root cause is inflammation, cellular stress. And there was a product that reduced cellular stress by 40% in 30 days. I knew that day I wanted a piece of it. And when I found out that it was approved by the NCAA, the National Collegiate Association, the Olympic Association, the Banned Substance Control Group, that had the NSF stamp of approval and studies, I said, okay, this is something that I can stand behind and that I can take and know that it's completely natural, that it's safe for not only me, but for everyone I share it with. So I got really excited about that and got on the product, got on Protandim, and within 2 weeks, I noticed some of the inflammation going down in my body. I was sleeping deeper. I was waking up feeling more refreshed. I had way more energy. And mind you, we can't say we cure, prevent, or treat anything with this product. But what Protandim did for me was help me reduce that inflammation in my foot and through every cell in my body. And I came back and ran my second fastest marathon time at the New York City Marathon that year, recovered in half the time my therapist said I would, and rebounded from injury to go on and do 5 world championships in triathlon. So 5.5 years later, I've been injury-free ever since. My grandfather, I love, he is off of a lot of his medications and he's still alive and kicking. I just visited him last week. And so that's been a blessing for our lives. Unfortunately for my aunt, she was diagnosed with stage 4, and it quickly turned into stage 5 shortly after I found LifeVantage, and she ended up passing away almost 4 years ago. So that was devastating for our family, and I didn't want that to happen to anyone else. And so that's why I'm passionate about this company, because no matter who you are, if you breathe oxygen, you need to hear about this. And it's exciting because I can look anyone in the eye across the country and around the world and know that this is going to help you. and just say, hey, you look forward to hearing how, because it's proven to work 100% of the time. And the thing people need to realize with this is that Protandim, our flagship product, is a combination of 5 herbs, 5 plant ingredients. And I had already been taking a couple of them. I'd been taking green tea and turmeric. I just started taking milk thistle. I'd never heard of ashwagandha and bacopa 6 years ago. But when I was approached by this, I looked at the ingredients and said, okay, those are ingredients that are natural, they're safe. If you can eat a salad, you can take this product. And then the synergy, which is powerful, the synergy of each one of those herbs is so much more powerful when combined, which is why there's patents on it. And I said, rather than taking this baggie full of supplements that I take, if I can just take one pill that reduces inflammation and activates an enzyme that we all have. So instead of supplementing my body, I was like, there's a way to activate what I already have in my body to produce the natural things that I need and bring down the bad levels to help our bodies achieve homeostasis. I said, that's something I needed yesterday. That's something I needed back when I was in my early 20s. And, we all age. And instead of supplementing your body, there's a way to now activate an enzyme that we all have. Every living, breathing mammal, I have a little dog next to me right here. And every single mammal breathes oxygen. So being able to reduce that inflammation by 40% in 30 days and activate this so that every day you're warding off that free radical damage, this was a game changer. And to know that it was backed by science and it was the only known natural product in the world to slow inflammation, I said, yes, this is something that I definitely need. Everybody needs it. And even if it was only remotely a piece true, which we now know it's proven over and over by 23 studies to be fully transparent and to work 100% of the time. I said, even if this just works 20% to reduce inflammation, I mean, think about the game changer that it's going to play in the industry. So I played around on a website called pubmed.gov, and I wanted to see how much research was done on oxidative stress. 5 years ago, there was 90,000 articles. Today, there's over 180,000 articles on oxidative stress. And if you type in oxidative stress plus whatever disease state or injury you're curious about, hundreds and thousands of articles pop up. So I looked up heart disease. I looked up oxidative stress and cancer. I looked at oxidative stress and stress fractures. And all these articles started popping up. And I said, wow, we have the only product that reduces every single one of these things by 40% in 30 days. It's a game changer. It's going to disrupt the drug industry that I'm so sick of being caught up in. And it's going to help people naturally do what their bodies are supposed to do. So for me, biohacking, the aging process, biohacking performance, and helping people truly look, feel, and perform better is probably the most honorable way I've ever done business and the most rewarding way I've ever coached and worked with athletes and people on every level.